Okay, I'm not even kidding. When I was getting the game for the thumbnail for Forces of Fear, which I haven't put away yet, when I was looking for it, I stumbled across the game. I honestly forgot I had for like a nanosecond, and then I was like, "Hey, that would make a good video," because no one really talks about the Game Boy version of this game, or probably even knows that it's the only version of this game that came out in America back in the day. And sure, you can play now on the collection I'm going to mention, but back in the day, that was the only way you could play this game in America unless you imported it back in the 90s. If you were like a weirdo that somehow had like a Famicom adapter. Um, but that game is Kid Dracula, or I'm going to pull up the actual name here, but I'll probably wind up butchering it because it's Japanese. Okay, so the original Japanese version name of it was Akumajo Special Boku Dracula-kun. So there you go. And like I said, I'm going to focus on the Game Boy version, but I will be showing some of the Famicom um, gameplay as well, just because they are so very similar in the way they sound and in the way they look. Like the game looks like they literally took the Famicom version and just squished it onto a Game Boy. As far as I can tell, because I haven't beaten either version all the way, I've just played it. As far as I can tell, though, it's pretty much a demake of the um, Famicom version. But before I continue with this video, yes, this game is pretty expensive. Even loose, it's like $170 or something like that, I think. And mine came with a manual, and how I got it was like really stupid and bizarre, but basically I had a bunch of trade credit for stuff at Arcade Legacy, and they just so happened to get that game in, and I had like over $100 in credit, so it only came out to like $75 for the game. So I was like, yeah, it's probably a good use of my store credit for that game. Plus, it had the manual, and there's no way in hell I'm gonna find a box for it because the box alone is like $600 or something like that. I think the last one I saw that sold, and I'm not paying $600 for a box. I'm just not. I'm not gonna do it. But I do have the Japanese version, the original Famicom version, complete in box. Um, so that is cool. I do have Castlevania 1, 2, 3, and Kid Dracula on the Famicom, all complete. Well, Famicom Disk System for the first two, and then three and Kid Dracula are on the Famicom, which was kind of weird. Okay, to be fair, they did release Castlevania 1 on a Famicom card, but they did it after like the disc system failed and they were re-releasing like their FDS games on cartridge like Zelda, and I think Zelda and that were the only ones I can think of that I know of that I've actually seen that they've done it to. I don't think they ever did one for Metroid or anything like that. Anyway, enough of the lore of how I acquired Kid Dracula, but just know the best way to play this game, translated, and I I, I believe they translated the dialogue. I'm pretty sure they did, or the text, is the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. It's actually on there, and I'm pretty sure the Game Boy version is as well. I haven't checked or played that game in a long time, so I really don't know. And actually, I can see my anniversary collection light up shadow box. I'm looking right at it because it's right over here. You guys can't see it, but eventually, when I get a better setup, you guys will see that lit up in the background all the time because it's pretty badass looking. So, yeah. Anyway, so you can play it that way. like pretty inexpensively. So if you want to play the game, if you like what you see, leave a like on the video, of course. But if you like what you see, you can easily go check it out for yourself in a semi-official capacity with the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. So there is that. So basically, Kid Dracula is basically a side scroller, and you're playing as, well, Kid Dracula. I don't know if it's like Dracula as a kid or his son or whatever. I don't know. I haven't really ever like sat down and like read this story, so I would assume it's him as a kid. I would assume, but it's basically your basic side scrolling game, and it's kind of like semi like shooter-esque because you shoot like little fireballs from your hands and stuff, and then you can also get like different power-ups, like transforming into a bat, like a spread shot thing. There's probably other ones, but I don't know because I haven't really played the game too much. I just know that it's a really solid like side Castlevania game, kind of like that weird Splatterhouse game that came out on Famicom, the one that where you just walk around as whatever that guy's name from Splatterhouse is. I don't remember his name. And it's basically like a side scroller, but it's not really like the original Splatterhouse. It's kind of like that, but like it technically takes place in the Castlevania universe, I guess. Talking about Kid Dracula, not Splatterhouse, of course. But yeah, it's overall just a really solid game, and like I wish I could say more about it, but I really haven't played too much of it. I will say this: it does get progressively harder, and it does feel like a Castlevania game because it does get progressively harder. But it's still a fairly solid side entry into the series, and it's really a shame that it didn't like officially come out here in America on the NES, because I do think the Famicom version is the way to play the game if you want to like play the, I guess, full version of the game. But like I said, I think the Game Boy version is literally just that squished down, so that's still a fairly decent representation of what you're gonna be experiencing with the Famicom game or NES, depending on what version you decide to play. If you're like me, you want to get the original version, like, it's not super expensive. Complete box is where it gets kind of expensive. It was like $100-something for a complete box copy. But I pieced mine together. I bought the cart loose, and then some guy was selling the box and manual by itself, so I bought that. I think it was like $60 or something like that. I can't remember. It wasn't too bad. Anyway, so yeah, I honestly, if you want to check this game out, I would honestly just go with getting the Anniversary Collection, because you get both games. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Kid Dracula Game Boy is on there as well. So you might as well just get that for like $20, or wait till it's on sale for like $5 or $10. It goes on sale a lot, or it used to. So just wait for it to go on sale and pick it up that way. You don't need to be a nerd and go get the original versions unless you're a collector like me and enjoy having the actual like physical cartridges or discs or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna keep this video pretty short just because there's really not much I can say about Kid Dracula because I haven't beaten the game. But even so, it's basically your standard side-scrolling affair. Nothing like super crazy. It's just kind of a weird one-off of Castlevania that they didn't release outside of America besides the Game Boy version, which I still find very strange. And the box art looks really weird too. Like the Japanese box art looks like the box art of the Japanese Famicom version, but the US box art looks so weird. It almost looks like a Scooby-Doo cartoon, or like that Addams Family cartoon there was. It kind of gives me that kind of vibe. I'll show you guys a picture of it at the end of this video like I did before to Japan, but like yeah, it's just a really weird US box art. Like not as weird as like Mega Man 2 or like Mega Man 1 or something like that on NES, but like it's definitely a weird box art for Kid Dracula. Like you wouldn't think it has anything to do with like the Castlevania series or anything like that. Especially because it's just called Kid Dracula. Like it could just be based on Dracula as a child, like the actual vampire, not the Castlevania version of Dracula. You wouldn't know that looking at the game unless you get the Japanese version and see the Akumajo, because that is the Japanese name of Castlevania, Akumajo. So I think it's Akumajo. It could be Akumajo or Akumajo. I've always heard it pronounced Akumajo, but I used to pronounce it Akumajo, but it's probably not that Akumajo sounds right. So someone can correct me if I'm wrong on the pronunciation, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a short Sunday video, like the short Saturday video, but I like to keep these short and sweet when I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. This has been RollingWithKevin, and I am rolling out. Peace. And don't worry, you guys will get to see my cartridge when I do the thumbnail. So I legitimately do have this game. I know there's gonna be people that are surprised I have it because it's kind of hard to find. But trust me, I have it. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Have a good rest of your weekend. Oh yeah, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell button so you get notified when I upload videos, go live, or post on my community page. Shout out to go to my Patreon supporters: Sunny Silva, Catfish Cat, Lee Fernay, Team Dale, Elliot Scott, Preliab, Harry Fernandez, William Swift, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Friedrich, Lynn Ernhorn, Marcus Mahaley, Brianna, and the Pay Now Please, Nuclear Reactive Man, Rebecca H., Just Good Enough, Gorgon Kaluskovic, Justin M. Daggins, Daniel Childs, Patrick Oliver, and Harold Huckabee. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. If you want to support my channel, it's only $1 a month. That's all I ask. It really does help out the channel a lot. Thank you guys so much for supporting and watching. If you did enjoy this video, I'll see you guys in the next video.